Oh, wait. Something's gone wrong here. Let me remove this, and here we are. Hey, Christoph.
Hey Frank, can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly, man.
That's nice. I can hear you too.
Hey, and you have some nice lights, some nice new lights in the background.
Yeah, so I leveled a little bit up my light game for the Lurkon online talk. So I have here, which way? Yeah, here. This
Yeah,
way.
somewhere there. Yeah.
Yeah, two new hue lights, little ones, which I wanted to
Hmm.
try out and really like. And I have one here behind my chair, which is not that bright, but I think it's
Hmm.
it's just too bright inside my room currently. The sun is shining all day, so
Yeah, nice, man. Nice. Feels good to have a little bit of an up the game in the streaming field, right?
yeah, I really like playing around with my setup and the background, and I'm watching a lot of other streamers what they do, and yeah, it's really cool what you can do, especially with a nice cam that you have right now. This,
Hmm.
yeah, you also level up your streaming setup, right?
Yeah, indeed. I needed to create some new videos for Mail Coach. And I saw the Tailwind Labs people creating such awesome content, particularly Simon. And yeah, I reached out and asked him, hey, how do you get like your video quality this good? And I actually just bought the same things as him, and it's crispy clear. It's maybe not that visible on YouTube, but when you see like recordings, it's like crystal clear 4K. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's where those cameras really shine. If you have
Yeah,
those really full quality videos, I've seen your mail coach videos, so they look really good. And I've also seen
thanks.
some of Simon videos, and yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah, Simon is still a little bit ahead of me because he gets his background so good and everything is crispy, and he also has like that good backdrop, of his beautiful garden, which is
Yeah.
better than like a white wall behind me. I try to, I have some colors too, Christoph. Let me show you. I have some colors here that I can
Oh yeah, I like that.
add to. Yeah, that's cool, right?
Cool.
I thought, maybe a little bit more casual here. Or do you want more like the gamer kind of thing here?
I really love it that way. Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep the gamer kind of atmosphere. But with Simon, he has like a very natural background, and I really like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, in my house, I don't have any such views where I can easily have a computer set up.
Yeah. And we don't have the sea in the back, so
Yeah,
this is
indeed.
also different for us.
Yeah, you closed your window behind you for the very first time. Last time you had like a
Yeah.
vista there as well, right?
Yeah. So I tried if I can use the new lights a little bit if I have the windows closed, but yeah, it's not working that well. So maybe next time if we have our calls during the day, I
Yeah,
might don't close the windows and give you the night a nice
yeah.
natural look and background. But
Hey,
yeah, still experimenting.
I watched some of the videos for your course as well, and certainly the intro video. That was crispy clear. That was a very good camera that you had there. Is it still this one? Because this view is also pretty good.
No, that's actually still my phone. So
Mhm.
it works quite nice if you can get really close to your phone. Then you also get a little bit of this blurry background. The moment you
Yeah.
get away, everything becomes really clear. So I think it's quite nice for a phone.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, of course, with a different can, you have different options. And the one I borrowed from my brother for the intro of my mastering Peach Piston video course, this was really a high-end camera, and I really loved how it looks, especially with me not knowing too much about how to set it up, how to use all the settings. So just out of the box, trying it the first time doing the video, I'm really happy with the result too. So thank you
Nice,
for that.
nice. Is your brother a photographer or something like that?
Um, Yeah, kind of. So he's in the music business. He also
Hmm.
had a band for since teenager days, and now he's more on the manager side. So he's managing a few bands, and
Yeah,
he's also helping them with photos, music videos, and that's why he also needs a really good camera.
yeah. That seems like a nice thing to do. Maybe a little bit hard with now the COVID, but I guess for bands there are still a lot of things that you can do online as well. Online promo.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that
So
doesn't
still,
stop.
sure. Those concerts are missing, and which is where musicians get the most for most out of the money. So
Yeah,
this is for him, of course, difficult as well. But of course, there are different options. You can work on different things, and so he's also active in other parts now. But of course,
yeah.
those concerts are missing. Yeah, we miss them too.
Hey, this morning I was also listening to that podcast you brought out. I can't seem to remember the name. Call today,
Yeah,
with the future Christoph and the
yeah,
past Christoph that was a little bit tired. It
yeah.
was
That
it
was
was
really.
it, it was pretty interesting to hear. Yeah, the state you were in when you just done all this work for the course. It must have been a ton of work. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. I woke up, it was Monday, and the release of my course was on Wednesday. So on Wednesday was the pre-release, while the Laracon online conference on a Thursday had like the real release. And on Monday, I woke up and I was like, oh my God, it's happening this week. So much to do, so much going on in my head. The conference, I need to practice. And I thought, like, okay, so I'm right in this crazy mood, lots of things happening. And these are the situations that I would like to hear from other people's, how they deal with them, how they are dealing right before such big events. And for me, those are very big events of my year. So I
yeah,
thought, yeah, okay, I'm just going to my office. I'm going to record it. I'm going to click record and say everything is on my mind. And then I stop, and I already forgot that I really did this. So 1 week later, I was like, hey, I thought I recorded that. And then I went back and listened to it. I was like, oh, okay, the energy level of me speaking. So I'm normally a very calm speaker. So I'm not too energy, doing lots of things with her voice. I'm already really calm, but this this podcast was super calm and slow, and I was like, oh my god, this sounds not that funny. So I had to record a little bit and put it in the front of that episode to give people a little bit of perspective. So
yeah.
how I was feeling and why maybe the podcast was like that. But for me, it's very important to share those things because that's what I wanted to hear from others too. So that's why I start on I sharing my feelings and how my real world looks like, my business looks like, and I hope others open up on that too, and then we can exchange those insights.
Yeah, personally, after a talk or even after creating videos, I also have like a need for some calmness, because it takes something from you,
Yeah,
so it's certainly speaking. That's like when you're speaking, you're at highest energy levels, and the cost of that is then, an hour after the talk or something, your energy level is a little bit low. Um, with
yeah,
recording videos, it works a little bit the same, but the effect is not that hard, but the effect is there. You need to
yeah.
unwind a little bit.
Yeah, I like how you said that because while you do a talk, especially when it's live, you give something away, and it's this energy, it's this level of yours, and then you're missing this, and then I think that's why you have then, quite a low after an important talk, and that's why every speaker after a talk really needs to sit down somewhere, maybe a quiet place for like 10-15 minutes and calm down and try
Yeah,
to get
indeed.
back those energy. Of course, everyone is dealing a little bit differently, but most speakers I know, need those little times to calm down.
Yeah, it's like you said, everybody's a little bit different in it. I guess some people, really get a high energy level and just stay there after it's done. Where for us, it's going a little bit lower and then back up again. Your future self sounded a lot more energetic again,
Yeah.
Christoph. So you're looking good. So
Thank you. Thank you.
you recovered fully.
How is it with your mood and your energy level? So you now had the release for Male Coach, and I think you have quite a few releases. Is it also for you the same, that you have a lot of work right before those releases and then it gets a little bit lower, or do you have constantly a lot to do these days?
Um, yeah, let's talk a little bit about that Mail Coach release. I think Mail Coach this time was a little bit different because it's like a next version. It's not like an initial version. It's not like pitching a new idea. People know this. People know what to expect, and it's basically
Mm-hmm.
a refinement of what was already there. And I noticed that for me, that caused some less stress levels because I know, yeah, this product is already successful. Um, there's yeah, I hope that with a new version that the success can become even bigger. But if not, it's already pretty good. Um, so there was a little bit less anxiety or stress caused by that. Now for the actual work, yeah, the last week or something, it was all around promo and polishing the things, um, and that's a little bit stressful because you want to get it really right. But I think in general, it was less stressful than pitching something like Ray, where there's like a new idea, totally new. What's this gonna do? Are people
Mm-hmm.
going to like it? Is this just a silly idea, or is it even gonna work? And that is really stressful. And what I tend to do after each release is just do something entirely else work wise. So right now I've concentrated a little bit on promo, and together with Rias and Willem prepare the mail coach package. And what I'm doing now, or yesterday and today, is just working a little bit on flair. Like these are some
Mm-hmm.
features that we need to add. We know what they're going to be. It's not really like maybe creative thinking and having to come up with creative solutions. These are just like very simple things that I don't need to think a lot about. It's just coding, seeing that it works. A little bit more easier work, and that's how I wind down. And probably by doing easier work, I get an idea on what I should
For the
work
next
on
thing.
next, and then I'll work and then I'll work a little bit on that. So, but I very much enjoy now just not dealing with package problems and with issues. It is just implementing some features on an existing project, and it feels really good to just do that for now.
Yeah, it was the same for me. So this week I had 2 days working for a client, and this was also something which was nice because people telling me what to do and when to do, and I don't have to think about that. And working on a new project where I just need to code something, fix something. So I also like that you have those different things that you do, and after also a lot of time promotion, newsletter writing, and pushing my course now to that I can work on something else as well.
Yeah, promotion takes a lot of time and effort, and I feel it's important work because without marketing you won't reach people, your work won't be used. So it's certainly very important. But I feel like when I'm busy with maybe mainly concentrating on marketing for like a week or something, then I want to go back to coding and not do the marketing stuff anymore. I feel a little bit like a salesman then, and I really want to be a developer. Where in fact, if you are a builder of tools and solutions, you need to be a little bit of both.
Yeah, but in the end, we are still developers, right?
Yeah, indeed,
We love to
indeed.
code, and that's where all our passion came from from the beginning.
Yeah, indeed. But if I understand correctly, your work with the course is not entirely done, right? I think I just received an email that some Git videos were added, but there were a couple of more, I think, that you wanted to do, right?
Yeah. So the next videos I have to do are for debugging. So that's one category that I have already promoted and which people know which is coming. I also have idea for some other videos. I got some feedback and I also had some ideas myself. So I'm not sure if I'm going to add maybe another category with some new videos as well. I'm not sure. I think there's also something that depends on the course. How well is it going? How people are receiving it? Do I get feedback? Are they missing something? But I'm pretty sure I could do one or two more categories with videos because there's a ton to talk about PHP Storm and I
Hmm.
learn myself new stuff every day. So right now I was checking the new version of PHP Storm, which is coming soon, and there are also some new things. So yeah, I think it never ends. But yeah, I have to work on some new videos. I did also a lot of bug fixes, responsive fixes, some little new features the last week that I couldn't do before the release. So yeah, it's not like the course is out and you stop working on it. There's still quite some work to do, but it also helps that the release was quite good. I would say I'm also going to write another blog article about that, like
Cool.
always. So the first one was um, let me think. I'm not 100% sure about the numbers, but I think it was something like the $900 book launch that made me wish to go back to my secure job, something like
Yeah.
this. So this was the first launch with my chatbot book, and there was
Yeah.
also a little video course included. And then the second one for level core adventures was I think it was like $3,000, the $3,000 video course that made me think, and then some money emojis, so that made me think I would get really rich with this one course, which also didn't happen. So
Yeah.
this was also nice. And now, yeah, I'm going to write a new one, the number course, and then yeah, I have to share what I thought about the release, what it made me think, and I'm really looking forward to writing this as well.
I'll have to invite you to Full Stack Europe again to give a talk there about it again, because you
Yeah,
gave a
so
little talk about it at our conference, right?
yeah, that's true. I did a lightning talk. I think it was on my second course, or maybe also a little bit on the first one. But yeah, now with the third product already, the third article about how everything went, what was good, what was bad. I think I have quite a lot already to tell about my last 3 years, and yeah, I think maybe this could also be a nice talk to share. Yeah, how is life as someone who's creating content and try to live from it, and it's not like boom and you're rich and everything works out perfectly, which is not the case for many people. And I think
Hmm.
it's important to share this too. But yeah, each step I grow too, and I think this also helps to keep going.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear that. Yeah, I read between the lines, or I hear between the lines that this course has done better than the last one, so that your trajectory is still going up. So that's very very good.
Yeah, I can already share that it was better than the last one. So this was my main goal, that you see the curve growing, which I think is the most important thing. And yeah, more details I will share hopefully soon.
Cool, cool, cool. Hey, there are some questions in
Yeah.
the chat. Maybe we can pick some of these.
Yeah.
Um,
Good morning, everyone. Nice to have you here too.
let's go maybe from the first until the last. I have a question. You guys maintain a lot of open source packages. How many hours a day do you spend on work client projects and open source? Do you work in the weekends? Maybe
Okay.
you want to
Yeah, I
go at
want to
that
start
first?
first because my response will be quite short. So I don't have many packages I maintain. So I can't think of any right now that I need to work on every week. So I have my Twitter notification package for Laravel, which is used quite a lot, but I'm mostly don't have to maintain it because it just works and people are happy. So I think that's and things are not changing. So I think that's the best scenario. And besides that, I only have a few small packages, and I don't have to work on them. But besides open source, so I think a little bit depends on what is open source. Is doing podcast and writing blog articles, for me this falls into the same category of spending my time on free content. I think we can't call it open source in like a package, but I think it's similar. And of course, I have to work every day on things I do for free, which is also kind of advertising for my business, because I have to live from the things that I create, that I do. So that's why this is also part of me. But talking about packages, I'm happy I don't have too much to do here.
That's cool. And at our company, Christoph, everybody gets a little bit of open source time, and writing blog posts and such is also included in that, because it's
okay, cool.
It's what you said. Open source in all forms is also a little bit about self publicity, and writing blog posts also gets you out there. So that also counts for open source time spending in my book. To answer Bejanovic's question,
it's Benjamin. I know him already.
Benjamin. My team and I, we have quite some open source packages. Personally, I go through the issues every day. So I get mail notifications for all repositories, and wow. I just work through them every day. Not necessarily I take action every day. Mostly it's also just moving stuff to a discussion if I am not going to work on it, or quickly merging something in stuff like that. And that takes me somewhere between like 5 minutes or an hour a day or something. I don't want to spend more than an hour a day on this. But still, that's, if you count it up, that's 5 hours a week that you do that, and that's basically just maintaining. When I'm working on a new package, a lot of time is spent as well, and mostly I work in the weekends on that as well, if I find that package interesting enough to work on. If it feels like work, I'm not going to work in the weekend. But if it feels like, hey, this is fun, I'll do that in the weekends too. So I don't want to talk too long about this, but those are like the main points. So every day a little. You can accomplish a lot by doing a little every day, I think.
Oh and regarding the weekend, what I didn't answer. So I have my own business. So for me, I don't have fixed times that I have to work, which means weekend could be for me during the week, or I could work the whole weekend. It just depends on what I have to do and what I want to do. So if the weather is pretty nice during the week, I like to go out for a run or biking or something, if I can do this. And but still I try to work mostly during the week, because my wife is working also during the week, so that we have more time at the weekend. But usually I do also work a lot at the weekend, because I just work when I enjoy it, and that's also often in the weekends.
Cool. What is your ratio now between like working on the course and your client work? Do you do like one? I guess now it's different than when you're making it, but can you tell a little bit about the ratios there?
So this year is the first year where I also measure how much money I do with my courses and products, and how much money I will do with the client. I don't have the number right now in my head, but the creation and product part is very low compared to the client work. So I make it's just true. I make most of my money through client work, because there I get paid, and for the other things I only get paid if people buy something, and that happens. But still I have to work a lot on client projects.
Yeah, I didn't mean necessarily money wise, but time wise.
Oh,
Like,
time.
yeah.
Um, Interesting. So just
If you would
from my
amount
gut,
all your time that
yeah,
you're behind the computer, what's the percentage for the course? What's the percentage for like clients?
yeah. So I haven't checked any numbers, but from what it feels like, it's like 70% is into my product, my business kind of things, podcasts, newsletters, all that stuff. I would say it's like maybe 70%, and then 30% is what I work on client projects. So I think it's quite the opposite of the money side, but time wise, I'm pretty sure it's much more on on this side, and it's also fair because many things I do for the long run. So all the blog
Yeah,
articles, all the things that I do now for free, you would say will help me in the long term. That's just how it is with a small business, and I still have a young business, so
yeah,
I think so. At least I hope so that it will help me in the end. But from what I already can say from the last years, all the things that I've done in the past already helped me a lot.
yeah. And also having like a product out there also helps, right? Because yeah, if your course, yeah, in my mind, it's a little bit of an evergreen thing. Most of the things in the course will still be valid next year, I'd say. Probably there will be more features, but the old ones won't go away. With a little bit of luck, you still sell some courses while you can work on the next one, and then yeah, it starts compounding a bit, and then yeah, probably your money ratio will also start to change a little bit. I think, yeah,
Yeah, of course, the more products you have out there, the more money you can also get in the long run. And it's always interesting with a new course or product that you do think about when will it be outdated? How long can or will it
hmm
be of use to people? So with my first product, the chatbot book, it was like 1 year after the product, I had to take it down already because everything had changed. So
hmm
that's pretty that was pretty fast. Then with Level Code Ventures, I'm pretty lucky because I would say most of the cores is still valid. So nothing really changed in the core of Laravel. So thanks Taylor for not accepting too many changes to the core. So this is pretty nice, and I think the cores will still be valid for the next years for sure.
yeah,
And then with PHP Storm, I think it's in between that. So I think the next year something not too much will change, but yeah, with every update little things change, and then you have to think about what can you do about those changes. Maybe you can add a note to a video, so this wouldn't be too much effort, but if you have to record the video again, this will be of
hmm
course much more. And if things are changing that you see in every video, for example, then this could be a problem for sure. So I'm not
hmm
sure how valid my course would be in like 2 or 3 years. So we have to see about that.
yeah. Maybe yeah, Octane will push some changes
Yeah.
where you have to push some changes to your videos as well. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit in a pickle with that with our package development course, which is still all valid.
Hmm.
But that course it uses a package skeleton that we have made, and I recently yeah dramatically improved that skeleton by just
Mm-hmm.
having a much nicer service provider to work with.
Yeah, I saw that.
But all the videos still yeah use the Laravel methods directly. And if I really want to do it good, I should re-record all those videos, but I'm not willing to do that now because I know that Taylor likes these changes in the package that I've made, and
Hmm.
I'm not certain. Yeah, will they go to Laravel? Will it stay in the package? And if I just
I see. Yeah.
re-record it now, then maybe in a few months it will be outdated still. So I have to wait a little bit for that. So yeah, I went by with like adding a note like if you want to use the skeleton, use this commit, then you get that. And if you want to use the new one, here is the blog post about that, and you should read a little bit about it. But it doesn't feel that premium. But yeah, I can't make really new videos now. So, but it stings a little bit in my mind.
Yeah, but those are interesting thoughts, which when I started with my first book or things like that, I didn't think too much about that. But now for new ideas, I really start thinking, okay, how long will this be valid to users, and can I do anything to make this time longer? Because this will also help me with sales, of course. So, yeah, the more you get into product creating, you start more thinking about those things too. And I'm not sure if you heard it, Jeffrey Way in his, I think it was his latest podcast, he talked about recreating his level from scratch series.
I know that he's doing it, but I didn't hear the
Okay.
podcast.
So yeah, he has his free series level from scratch, which is very long and really amazing. And you can just use it. And he says, yeah, this is the video course that drives a lot of his signups because yeah, you watch it, it's for free, and then you think about getting more, and then you sign up for Laracasts. And he's doing this now, I think, since a few years. And I think almost every year he had to redo this whole video course. And now I think it's the last one was for level 6, so I think he didn't do one for 7, but now does a new one for level 8, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's a pretty lot of work you have to do. I think the 30 or 40 videos for sure. So if you have to do this again and again, and I think in your mind it's also maybe a little bit difficult to do the same videos again and again because it maybe gets boring to him. But in his last episode, he was talking about, yeah, a little shift where he wanted to try something a little bit different. And he noticed this from, yeah, trying it again and see, okay, maybe I can do this now a little bit different because I think we can improve this. And now he's doing a little bit different approach to better, yeah, address the results and what people earn by learning Laravel. Just not learning Laravel for the case of learning Laravel, but learning Laravel to achieve your goals, making a website,
Or a
making
blog
some
or
sites.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed while he's sharing those thoughts as well. And I always feel with him when he has to do those series once again.
Yeah, it must be quite a lot of work indeed. And it's really interesting the thought that you should steer people towards a goal and not just learning because of learning. That's a very nice thought. I'm going to keep that in mind when I create videos as well, to have like a little scenario, not like this is how it works technically, but assume that you
Yeah.
want to do this, that you have like a problem in your head that people start thinking, what could be the solution? And then they see, hopefully my better solution. I hope that it's better. Something like that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I've also put it in my mind on my list of things to, yeah, think a little bit more when doing new stuff. And it's also what I had in my mind while I'm doing my new service container talk, and to think about the goals and where and why it could help you instead of, again, showing how you can use it, which people, yeah, can already find everywhere. So
Yeah.
I think that's also very important if you learn new things to learn why you need to learn them.
Yeah, that IOC talk that you created. Yeah, I've already said that. I thought it was very good. It's a
Thank you.
nice one to have under your belt because, yeah, if conferences start happening again, yeah, this is something that could work well on other conferences as well. I think in other meetups, it's like, yeah, also an evergreen subject. IOC containers are not going away, and
No.
there are new people coming in, and people need to know about the various options that you have there. So,
Yeah, I would love to do this talk as well on any other Laravel conferences or other conferences where people, yeah, go there and where I can see them as well. So this would be a nice experience again too.
oh man, conferences, I really miss them. Yeah,
Yeah,
we talked about this already, but yeah, I really hope after the summer, or let's say maybe the safest next year, that it all comes back.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah. I see that in the chat there is another question here. When I face a problem, I solve it by searching and try to describe it by my own words. Do you recommend blogging about Laravel in such a way? You already talked a little bit about blogging, Christoph. Do you want to go first?
Let me check again. When I face a problem, I solve it by searching and try to describe. Yeah. Okay. Also, the one thing that I already see here is what to me happens all the time. If I have a problem, I try to write it down to ask someone about it. And the moment I write it down, I speak it out loud. 50% of my issues are already solved. So I really think that's super funny. But just by thinking about how you can describe it, you just checking again. Okay, do I write it like this or this? Because you don't want to make a fool of yourself by asking someone, and the question is not good enough or detailed enough. And the moment you start thinking about those things, already helps you with a solution. So that's the one thing that I can already relate to. And do you recommend blogging about Laravel in such a way? I'm not 100% sure what the second question is about.
I think it's more about like if you have gone through that thought process, do you share it with other people via a blog post?
So I think we can both agree that our best articles are always the ones where we had an issue, we managed to solve the issue, and then we talk about it because we gained some experience and we came from this state where we had this problem and didn't know about it, and we went now to another state and we have made this transition. And this is for me always the perfect blog post. So even if it just helped you, still there are many others out there that will also help. And I really like those real life scenarios to see, okay, what happened, why did it happen, what were my thoughts back then, and what are my thoughts now, and what has changed to solve this. So I always would recommend blogging like this.
Yeah, I'm going to add something to that because Hamid tells here about new stuff and about like problems that you face. Yeah, and I've blogged in such a way too, where I went to a state from not knowing the solution and researching it and knowing the solution, like you described, Christoph. But what I've also been doing like the last year is just blog about like the boring stuff, like things I know how to solve, but might be interesting for other people. So I get some feedback and some perspective on that. So even the things that might be boring for you and that you already know the solution might be worth blogging about because there are people that don't have the same experience as you and can be helped by how you think about things. I think the last post that I did on, or one of the posts that I did on this, was how I on Odir created like signed URLs so people could snooze some alerts in their email, stuff like that. And it's, in my mind, it's pretty basic, but I'm pretty sure that that could help people. But because if I put myself in like a couple of years ago, then I would have needed that. So I think if you are searching for blog subjects, I think anything is good, really, because there's always some people that don't know it. So don't think about it. Indeed, just do it. I'd say.
Yeah, in the beginning, I just wrote blog articles to summarize things for myself, so that I don't forget them.
And indeed,
that's also how it starts often.
Yeah. A funny thing, I think a couple of weeks ago, I Googled for a problem and the first hit was a blog post of mine, and it was really exact the answer that I needed, and I totally forgot that I wrote that down. That's how bad my memory is. I forget what I've written.
Happened to me too, I have to admit.
Cool.
For me, the funny thing was, it was exactly 365 days before that I wrote the answer somewhere, and I found my own answer to a question.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God, what is happening here? This can't be true.
So, do you remember what the problem was?
I think it was something about Campaign Monitor. Do you know the service?
Yeah,
it's
I know
a newsletter
the service.
Which we were using at my old company. and I think it was something about their API, but I'm not sure anymore. It's already a few years back.
Yeah. For me, it was something, yeah, with server management, how to upgrade a certain something or like that. The things that you don't want to solve, but still have to solve. This is not
Yeah.
the right PHP version. What do we need to do? A lot of talk about blogging in the chat here. Let's see if there's anything that we can pick up about.
Here's a one comment from Kai. If you can highlight that up.
Which one?
I would add to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one that I always preach, because this was for me the same in the beginning. I wanted to blog about something, but I thought to myself, okay, there are already at least 5 other people who have already blogged about it, which are for sure smarter and better than me, and why should I blog about it too? So it didn't make sense, and I was struggling with this a lot. But now I also say, yeah, there are so many different people out there, and one article clicks for this one person, but maybe a different explanation to the same topic clicks for another one. So you should always do this and don't think about if there's already an article about that out there. So I totally
Yeah.
agree to this.
Yeah, indeed. I recently had like the same thing in like something completely else. Yeah, you know that I'm also a little bit into music, and I'm learning this application called Ableton, which is a digital audio workstation. And you get a lot of tutorials there as well. And I want to, know how to create like a dub beat, like in the dub music, the reggae without lyrics really. And yeah, if there were only one video about this or one thing about this, then you have like basically just the one thing. But you find like 10 videos about it. They're all more or less the same, but a little bit different, There's like a kick on a little bit of a different place, or a hi-hat on a little bit of a different place. And it's just by watching a few of those that you know the nuances. And I think with technical blog posts, it's just the same. Some people don't see the nuance, and then they see another blog post that is a little bit different. Then they see, yeah, okay, and then it makes it click. So yeah, I also agree with what Kai said. Just basically, it just all comes down to just do it. Don't think about it. If you think is this a good subject for a blog post? If you ask the question, then the answer is more certainly yes. I think. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
So what is next for you now, Christoph? What are the plans for next week?
So next week I'm going to start with the new videos for PHP Storm, for mastering PHP Storm for my course about debugging. So there's quite a bit I have to do there. That's my big goals for the next week. And let me check. I also always have my list here on the wall with things I need to do.
Cool.
Yeah, there's still a few other small things. I also have to talk to my accountant and prepare something there as well. So those little things that I didn't have time for. I have here a bunch of a list with a bunch of ideas for blog articles I wanted to do, podcast episodes I wanted to do, also I think there was also one package that I wanted to do. So
Christoph, a package. Wow.
Yeah, maybe I do a package. This was something I did for mastering PHP Storm, and I thought, okay, I would need this. Maybe I do a package for this. And last year I had quite some more time, and I was thinking a lot about things I could do, like packages, blog articles, podcast, and now I have much more things to do, but I now have this list with things I can do as well. So I think I'm going to try to check some of those off, which I didn't have time the last month.
Cool.
That's for me on my list. What's on yours?
Well, next week is a little bit of I think, strange is maybe a wrong word, but I think work-wise, it's a little bit of a loose week, because we thought that we were going to release Mail Coach, next week, really, and we finished a little bit early. So I think on my planning there is really nothing. I can basically choose. So what I'm going to do probably is work a little bit on Flare on those extra features that I'm already started working on. And there are also some feature requests for Ray, and probably I'm going to do that before heading into the next big thing. But next week is going to be a little bit strange because, I don't know if you heard it where you live, but in Belgium, all schools are closing down. So my children will be at home next week. My girlfriend has to work, so I'm in charge. So we'll see how much things we get done with those two playful little humans in my house. And so it'll be a fun week. I don't know if it'll be very productive, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to not working towards like a big goal, but to have more like an organic thing. So like today I feel like I'm going to solve this. That day I'm going to solve that. And I think the week after that I will probably be back in like planned mode. Like this is the goal that we're going to work towards.
Yeah, it's also nice to have those weeks too, where you still can pick what you want to do and not too much stress. And
Yeah,
it's just a good new week, different to the last ones maybe.
yeah, and it's been a while since I had such a week, really, because after Ray immediately dived into mail coach, and now it's good. And yeah, now it's good that there is a little bit of room between the next thing too. So that's cool.
Do you also work on client projects yourself at the company?
It's been a long time, really.
Okay, yeah. Somehow I
It's
assumed so, yeah.
yeah,
You're doing so much other stuff now.
yeah. I think when is the last time that I worked on client project? It has been over a year, I think. And I have mixed feelings about this. From I think from the one side, it's really great because you're working on your own stuff, you're building your own stuff that feels really good. But there's certainly some added pressure there because it needs to be successful, as where like 2 or 3 years ago, where I worked like 100% on client projects and open source at the site. There are basically no expectations for open source. It was have fun, doesn't really matter, we do client projects. And now it's a little bit different. So there are good things. You can do what you want. You can come up with, you can work on your own ideas, but there's like pressure to have like good ideas that work, and you need to have a couple of good ideas every year for this. So that's a little bit different. But at the company, in the whole company, we do still client work. There are actually a lot of team members that really love doing client work and that kind of work. So it's not. I think 2-3 years ago, I had in my mind the goal. We need to reach a point where we don't do any client work at all. But I think we shifted a little bit on that because there are some people working at our company that really love doing this. And we also learn a lot by doing that. It grounds us a little bit. Like these are the real problems that you get when you work on big projects. So it's nice to have a little bit of both. I still hear stories from the client work side, but I don't work it myself on it. Now, if there's something in our planning where it is for me needed to work on client side, I'll still do it because it's not that I don't want to do it or something, but the product side has grown so much that I can spend all my time there now.
Yeah, I think it's nice if you have both sides still inside your company because, yeah, the one side can take things out of the other side and will help the other side grow as well. So, and
Yeah.
if you have people love to working on that, that's even better.
Yeah, indeed. And there's also, a lot of, how do you say that? Cross talk or feedback between those two sides, you
Hmm.
know? The one big project that we're working on now, it's a project where several of my colleagues are working on, and it's something really long term. And we decided to use event sourcing there because it's a solution that really fits the problems of that project. And then we decided, okay, we're going to improve our package a bit. We're going to create a course around it, which we're doing now. So yeah, there's a lot of inspiration coming from the client projects back to the product side as well. So yeah,
That
it's a nice position to be in.
that's one thing that I'm a little bit afraid of because my goal was always to just have my own products, do my own things, but not working on any client project. I'm a little bit afraid that feel that I lose the ground, lose what
Hmm.
are the real issues people are facing when working on real projects and not just demo projects that I do for my course, for example. And
Hmm.
I'm thinking about this a lot. So I think maybe I always will do some kind of client work just to, yeah, to get this side as well. I also think at one point I asked also Jeffrey about how he feels about that, and I think he also said something like, yeah, he is feeling this too, and he's also a little bit afraid, but still he's working on such a big application with Laracast
Yeah.
itself. So I think then you have to do real work as well every day. So I think that's why it's maybe not that bad for him. But if you only have some small projects like I have with my products and my courses, then I think client work is still important too.
Hmm. Yeah, to have like that experience where you can build on.
Yeah.
Now, I feel that I'm in a good position there too, because yeah, Flare and Odeer aren't small projects anymore. They're quite big. Uh, and yeah, I think a month ago or a few weeks ago, I upgraded Odeer to the next generation Spark and to Jetstream. And even I don't work on client work. It's nice to do such a migration and to use like the latest and greatest things
Mhm.
In the Laravel ecosystem. But yeah, maybe you'll end up one day there too, Christoph, where you create a SaaS, right? Do you have
Yeah.
any ambitions with that?
Yes, interestingly, this was the first goal or dream that I had to have my own
Hmm.
little SaaS. And I think that's what many developers start with this dream of having their own project and people love it and you can work on it every day to improve it.
Hmm.
But then somehow yeah, I took this part about creating courses and the book that I wrote. So it was not intentionally to go this way. I think you also have to, yeah, see what options arrive, and then you need to take them. And so it's difficult to tell what I will be doing in 5 years, but
Hmm.
having like a SaaS app is definitely something that I would love to do as well and try it at some point.
I think my colleague Sebastian, he's the one who works the longest at our company. I think now over 5 years, and um, 5 years ago we sat down with everybody in our company and said, yeah, what do we want to achieve in 5 years? And there were like 3 bullet points there. We want to have more interesting projects. We want to have own products, and we want to be mastering what the tools that we are using. And I think, yeah, we achieved those 3 goals. It was like, okay, you never know what you're going to be in 5 years, but yeah, this one worked out.
This
Even
worked
and
out well.
I totally forgot that note, but it was nice to see. Hey, we're not that bad. It goes pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's funny and also interesting and good to think about what could be in 5 years, to write it down, to have this kind of rough goal you want to work towards to. So I think this is important to give you the passion to work on the things that you do, because if
Mm-hmm.
you have no goal at all, it could be difficult, to have the motivation and to work really hard on things that don't give you a benefit right now. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why it's important to have those goals. But I also think it's not important that you achieve those exactly goals. So they might be different, but I think it's always
Mm-hmm.
interesting to write it down and think about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Hey Christoph, I don't know if you hear through the mic, but I live very near to a church. The bells are tolling. I don't know if you can hear it,
No, I
which
didn't hear
means
it.
that we're approaching 12 o'clock, also known as lunchtime.
Lunchtime,
So
yeah.
and we're here perfectly within an hour. So I think it's maybe a good spot to start winding things a little bit down. Let's check if there are any questions in the chat here. Somebody says that Fruity Loops is better than Ableton. I've never used Fruity Loops, so I can't comment on that. But I'm really happy with Ableton. There's one question here specifically about Odira. I'll answer that very quickly. Actually, I don't know. My colleague Matthias, he worked for a hosting company before he went independent, and he sometimes does a little bit of consultancy for that hosting company. And we have like an agreement there that we can just use the biggest server. So the cost for our infrastructure is very low, but I can't give you an exact number for that. It's more than $5, I think, but I don't know. But it's all Forge provision. That I can say,
That's nice.
Okay,
Cool.
I think that we're done for this call, Christoph. It was really great catching up with you again. And we should do this again next month, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. So we had a little break due to my course and things on my side, but I hope we can get back to this now more regularly. I think we did it like every 2 weeks or something like this. So would be fine. Was nice hearing you again. Was nice talking to someone else again in those crazy times. And also thank you to everybody who was watching and joining us. And those questions, it's nice to have you here too. It feels like we have this conversation with other people too, and I really enjoy this. So thank you, everybody.
That's what everybody's missing during these strange times, right? A little bit of human contact here.
Yeah.
Okay, Christoph, thanks, and see you later, man.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.